I think he had the right year to go get paid, but that would be a game that I would look at because
I agree, but
you're getting the
San
49ers.
Francisco's not healthy. I agree, but they're not healthy. They just traded for another running back because of how unhealthy they are. They got like 5 or 6 unhealthy running backs there. Ayuk's not there yet, but your point overall is well taken, and I do agree with you. I lean on that side because nobody likes fading Sam Darnold more than AG to the third power and me.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was a Cinderella story last year, which is why it goes poof. I'll tell you what I don't like betting on are these season opening games in other countries. I feel like that's too much of a it's too I can't wrap my head around it from a handicapping standpoint, like taking these guys, flying them all down there, all the bullshit they go through down there. God forbid your quarterback drank the water and he's got the trots, like there's all kinds of wacky stuff that can happen. You know this, you've done, I mean, your brother travels international all the time. One wrong glass of water and you're crapping your pants for a month.
Well, I think it's a really interesting point. And the Chiefs-Chargers is the Brazil game, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's interesting because I think that's probably the hardest game for me to handicap on the board. And the international component. But what I'll say is, as the season goes along, I feel like sometimes those London games, those early games on Sunday morning, you feel like you can get one up on the field. And I feel as though sometimes there are some things you can point to in matchups there, right? Whether it's Jacksonville, they play there all the time. I don't know how successful they've been, but those international games are very tough to handicap, but I'll be looking to sort of try to pick one up on the field there as we move into the season.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I think there's a lot of different strategies and thought processes that can go to the Survivor in particular. The psychology of betting Survivor versus betting a super contest so different, and it's and that's the fun of I like the Survivor contest more than the super contest. I don't know where you're at on that.
Well, we've always done, the super contest is what it's called at Westgate. Circa hates when we call it the super contest nowadays, right? Because they have the big one, right? But yes, I agree with you completely. This is the first year where John and I are really getting into the Survivor as opposed to 5 games against the spread. 5 games against the spread is fun. For me, it's like going fucking bowling. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's just fun. But in terms of trying to make money, I believe the Survivor is the best case. And Gresh, I'm a little disappointed. We need to connect. I want you and me to maybe at least have one entry together for some juice on the show. I know you're down. We got some vending machines going. Let's go. You're working every day. You got to go to work right now.
That is true. I got to shuffle off to Mad Dog Radio, where a lot of the stuff that we kind of covered today. I mean, yesterday the Terry McLaurin deal broke right before I went on. I always love the up to numbers. 3 years up to 96 million. But what's the real money? Can you tell me that? He got a 30 million signing bonus though. So that's pretty good dough in real time, and a good job by Washington, unlike what Jerry Jones is doing, dicking around with Micah Parsons. Oh, by the way, prediction, Thursday morning, we're going to hear Jerry finally caved and gave Micah his deal, but he dragged it out because he wants to, because he's an egomaniac. And just like Dak Prescott right on the start of the season, on the night where the Eagles hang a banner, right? On a night where the Eagles hang a banner, right, the news will be hijacked by Jerry Jones and them announcing that deal is done with Micah Parsons on September 4th, the morning of the first game.
I love it. I co-sign 100%. I brought that up on another show. I said Sunday morning, and someone was like, no, Thursday morning. Right?
Thursday, that's right. Thursday morning, it'll get done. We'll hear rumblings Wednesday night from Adam Schefter, I'm sure. All right, folks, there is another edition of Gas in the Books. Make sure you're subscribing to us on YouTube at The Real Gresh, and you can see us live on our Twitter and Instagram, and we're out there, people. But I got someone calling me to plug in, so I got to scoot. Jay, thanks a bunch. Have a great night on Friday night with Dirty Boxing, and we'll see you here next week with another edition of Gas.